my Cup life is like half of it was just about survival. So I mean, yeah, you always want to win a championship, but like I spent many years just trying to stay in the sport and have people want me to drive for them. And but yeah, to win a championship would be an accomplishment that I wouldn't say would be kind of the ending chapter of my racing. I hope there's more. Obviously, we got more years in the Cup side of it, but there's Dustin. It's one of those things like this might be my Final Four, right? Like we got a lot of work in Cup to do, and Cup is a different level to try to make to the Final Four, but you want to try to take advantage of it. But the only way to take advantage of it is do everything we can. If it's not good enough, then that's what it is. But like I said, I think it's more this week about Matt and Chris. Like I would love to be able to set that championship trophy in front of Matt and basically say, thank you for this opportunity that you've given me, that you continually give me, and Chris for believing in me in every step of what we do, and same thing as going to Cup next year and believing that I can keep racing this program. So that to me is what it's about this weekend.
What does it mean to you personally, like you said, fighting for survival to now being in a Final Four and then going back to Cup next year?
Yeah, I mean, it's all this is, and I've said it a lot in the past 6 years. It's like from the end of 2018 when I thought I was kind of done full time or just really racing and on the TV side of it to be back here and I mean, heck, what Chris and I were talking about, we've won 20 races together or something around there in the last 6 years, or 5 years, really. It's been a special time that, the beginning of 2019, I didn't think would ever happen again. So all of this has always been a bonus, and I try to cherish all of it, and I think that's why you see the way I am when I win a race, because I've spent a lot of years not winning, and you never know when it's your last win. So, yeah, it's the intensity is always there, but definitely certain times, especially this week, of like just trying to think back and just take it all in, do a little bit, and as we talk now, trying to take it all in and just be thankful that I still get to do this.
Before Vegas, I think it's fair to say, but the season was frustrating, right? Maybe not the year you guys wanted in one race. Now that you've won Vegas and you're here, does it feel like surreal to kind of go from like one extreme to almost the other?
Yeah, I mean, I said earlier before you walked up, I mean, like, I just laughed even last week the way it went down. I'm like, yeah, finished last before the championship race. Like, why not for the way the year's been going? Like, that seems about right. So, yeah, it's been crazy, but this is what the sport does to you, right? Like you can just have 30 miserable weeks and weeks that you just feel like it's never going to turn around and like you're never going to win a race again, and you win the right one and it fixes everything. And that's kind of what Vegas did. Of course, I'd love to have 10 wins and all that, but we won the right one. We won probably the second most important one of the year, and hopefully we can go win the most important one this weekend. But yeah, it's like that. It's just the way this year's been, but like I feel more prepared this weekend than I ever did back in 2021 when we were here, or even 2022 when we'd won those races and we were trying to make it to Phoenix. So it's our best opportunity, and are we good enough? We'll find out, but it's not from lack of effort. Like we are prepared.
You've been in this situation before. Is there nerves at this point? It's just old hat, like been there, done that. Like you know what to expect. Like this just kind of just treated like another race.
No, I mean I'm always nervous. Like I feel like the day I stop being nervous for a race is like the day I got to stop because I still put that on me. Like it's more my motivation sitting in a race car, whether it's right or wrong, is like motivation to prove it to myself that I still belong here and that I'm still good enough, and then to prove to the team, even though Matt and Chris every weekend like, dude, you got nothing to prove. I'm like, I got to prove it to you that I still deserve this seat and I still bring something to the team. So I've been a little nervous this week. I've been okay, but it'll ramp up before we strap in the car tomorrow. I think more than anything, just hoping that we unload and we have at least competitive speed to go out there and fight for it.
So if you're super nervous and Chris is super amped up, who's like the voice of home and like
Skylar, and my wife Tara. You know, that's basically it. But Matt's pretty chill about it. You know, like that's what I've always loved about Matt is like maybe he's pissed off at me. Like you know what I mean? Like I could crash 10 weeks in a row and he could be super pissed off, like walking away and not ever. But he never says it to me. And like he's just like, no man, we'll get it next week. You're fine. And so Matt's pretty chill. So Matt's definitely the chill one. But I think if you get it out of him, I'm sure he's nervous. Like he cares. But yeah, we'll go with my wife Tara and Skylar. They're the common ones. Yeah.
How frustrating the season has been for the most part up until recent. It would have been easy to just kind of give up. Is this a signature moment for this team and for you to show that you guys have determination and grit and don't ever quit? Yeah,
I mean it's. I think Kansas was probably the ultimate. After Kansas, I looked at Chris and Matt, and I was kind of, I wouldn't say in tears, but I was pretty dejected and just like, I don't know what we're missing, and I'm sorry. And you know, if you'd have told me walking out of the racetrack in Kansas, like, hey, by the way, you're going to be in the Final Four at Phoenix, I'd have probably used a lot of bad words that, you know, like there's no chance. So, but that's what I've always loved about our organization. It's like, it is, everybody sticks together. We will go, they will fight for me all day, all night, every day. And I'll try to just drive my ass off as much as I can to show them how much I appreciate them. And we're never going to quit. So I think Vegas was the perfect, we came in with a plan and we executed it, and that's why we're here.
I want to talk a little bit about Kaulig racing as a whole. You know, your guys' relationship started off with trophy hunting, now you're championship hunting, and I feel like we're speaking with the rest of the drivers here in the championship for you carry a different air. You're happy. How does AJ Allmendinger carry that air of happiness just around Kaulig? Because I feel like that's been the MO all year long. You just have a different approach than some of these other drivers.
I definitely think you see at times like the happiness, like it's not there. Like it's because I care so much, and you know, it's like it goes back to that thing of, you know, if me personally wins the championship on Saturday night, it doesn't really change my life. Like I know I'm going back to the Cup Series. Matt and Chris have told me, man, you're here as long as you want to be. But the joy of it comes from being able to bring trophies to the team. We've done a lot of it together. We've run, you know, to walk in the shop. I go back to like, you know, when I drove for Penske, like you walk in that shop and it's just full of Borg Warners, championship trophies, banners on banners on banners, and you just want to be a part of just a tiny part. That's all I wanted, was a tiny part of that history. Same thing driving for Richard Petty, right? Like all the history's been written. You're just trying to be a small part of it. You know, at Kaulig, like there was really no banners when I showed up. Ross won the first race. I won the second race. You know, Jay won the third race. We were able to start winning races. But, you know, together, since that time, went from 0 banners. There's almost 30 winning banners on the walls. So we've built a history together, and I think that's why it's more special to me. So anytime we're able to win, or I feel like I'm able to bring something to the team, that's what makes me happy, and that's what the factor of this weekend is all about, is trying to bring the ultimate trophy to the team, and I just truly hope I can do that.
And if you could bring that championship trophy, if you could finally lock down the ultimate prizes you described, you talked about your emotion you've had in the celebrations. What level of a celebration would this be?
I haven't thought about it. I've not. That is the one thing I have not let me go to. It just put it this way. It would be epic. Like we'll just leave it there. I don't even know what it would be. I don't know if it's just screaming, tears, like pure joy. If I light the car on fire on the racetrack because I won't stop doing a burnout until it really catches on fire. I don't know, but that is the one thing I have not let myself go to, and I definitely won't until hopefully the moment happens.